Hello viewers, this is Nisha H. Kamath. Welcome you to the mathematics class. In today's video, let's try to clarify some of the doubts that we come across while doing prime factorization for finding the square root of a given number. In last video, you have seen how to do the prime factorization to find the square root of a given number. Now, some of you had the doubt if the prime factorization comes something like 3 into 3 into 5. Now what? Okay, that is, to get the square root I have to group it into 2. But this do not have a pair, isn't it? It do not have another number to make it a pair. Now what? These cases will come in two situations. The one situation is that you have done something wrong in the prime factorization. That is, prime factorization what you have done itself is wrong. Or the second one, the given number is not a perfect square. The given number is not a perfect square. In two of the situations, you will get the prime factors which do not have the pair. Let's take small numbers as examples and try to understand what it means. Let me take a number 24. Let's prime factorize it. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Okay. Then you write say 2 6 are 12, isn't it? You will write it as 2 5s are 12 by mistake. Now I will write 5 ones are. So I find that when I write the prime factors, I write it as 2 into 2 into 5. One number is missing here. In such cases, first you should see is whether you have gone wrong anywhere in prime factorizing. Yes, here it was wrong, isn't it? So 2 6s are 2 3s are 3 1s are. Now we have done with this. See, here we knew that something was wrong because my prime factorization was wrong. Look here now, 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. This pair you have, but you can't make these two as one pair because same number you should pair. So this one is extra, this one is extra. Have we done anything wrong in our prime factorization? No. Our prime factorization is correct, but we do not have a pair here. This is because 24 is not a perfect square. Which is the next perfect square after 24? 25 is the perfect square. That is, square root of 25 I would have got it as 5. But 24 is not a perfect square, so I don't get it. What type of question will appear for exams when you have a number which is not a perfect square? Let's take a number, say 12. Is 12 a perfect square? No, isn't it? We'll see what type of question will come on such numbers. 2 6 are 12, 2 3s are 6, 3 1s are 3. You have 2 into 3. You have one pair, one is extra here. Now the question will say that find the least number to be multiplied to 12 so as to make it a perfect square. That is, 12 should be multiplied with which number to make it a perfect square? How will I find out? See, there is 1 3 here, isn't it? If one more 3 was there, then if there was one more 3, then we would have got this as a pair and that would be a perfect square. So the number to be multiplied here is 3. 12 3s are 36, and we know that 36 is 6 square. That is, it's a perfect square, isn't it? The question might also tell you which is the least number with which 12 must be divided so as to make it a perfect square. So 12 divided by which number will give you a perfect square. Again, method is same. Here you have a pair, extra is 3, isn't it? I have to remove this 3, that is I have to divide this with 3. So 12, if we divide it with 3, 3 ones are, 3 fours are, we will get 4, which is the 2 square. So, the question for non-perfect number in prime factorization will be either find the least number to be multiplied with the given number so as to make it a perfect square, or find the least number with which it has to be divided to make it a perfect square. In both the cases, first you have to prime factorize and see what is that extra number you have. If it is to be multiplied, you should say you have to multiply it with this number. If it is to be divided, then you should say it has to be divided with this extra number. Now, consider a situation where you have got this prime factors. Let's take that given number is x and this is the prime factor we have got. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 5. We have to find both now, that is which is the least number to be multiplied to x to make it a perfect square, and which is the least number by which x must be divided to make it a perfect square. Let's try to pair them. You will get one pair, two pair. Here one 3 is extra and one 5 is extra. So the least number to be multiplied now is you have to multiply these two. 5 3s are 15. We can say x must be multiplied by 15 to make it a perfect square, or x is to be divided with 15 to make it a perfect square.
We'll take some more examples in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.